Welcome back to my next Lost. Season 1 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important. If you aren't caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Lost, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you found that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. As far as my history goes with the show Lost, I was watching the show initially when it was airing in Season 5, as my roommate was a big fan of it. He wanted me to record it on the DVR for him, and I just started watching it. Obviously, I was more lost than I wasn't, but he clued me in on some stuff. And then eventually, of course, I watched the rest of the show and then caught up on the stuff that I hadn't seen yet. Then in 2014, I believe, I watched the show again, but, binged it really fast. And then again in 2020, I watched the show again. So this will be my fourth time watching the show, but I'm taking my time. I'm watching in a couple episodes a week and letting the episodes resonate. So join me on this journey and let's discuss the show in the comment section, along with the legendary Crazy Coffee Man, who is also at the time of this recording watching the show Lost for the first time. And he says, again at the time of this recording, that he's hooked. So let's talk about the show in the comment section. With all that said, this will be Lost, Season 1, Episode 9. The title of this episode is called Solitary. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we start with Sayid looking at a picture sitting by the shore. Again, he's alone because he left the group because of the things that he did. And then Sayid finds a cable in the sand, which the cable is actually coming from the ocean as well. So Sayid follows the cable on the island, of course, not in the ocean. And Jack has to change Sawyer's bandages. Easy, jackass, Sawyer says. Sawyer tells Jack that he let the Arab torture him. And Jack says he's here because no one else wants anything to do with you. She does, Sawyer says, of course referring to Kate. And Jack says, change your own bandages. Like, Jack's like, okay, fine, change your own bandages. Jack goes to talk to Kate. She says Sayid left because of what happened. She says it's been 2 days since he left. So now Sayid, we find out, has been gone for 2 days. And then someone has set a trap by the cable. Sayid now is hanging upside down and also has a branch that stabbed into his left knee because the thing pulled him up like that, and then he went to get the tree and the branch went right into around his knee. And of course, Sayid pulled the branch out right away, so he's bleeding and hanging upside down. Not a good position to be in. It's now nighttime, and Sayid is still hanging upside down. And then someone or something's coming. Sayid says hello, and then someone has cut Sayid down. It's obviously a person, and then Sayid passes out. Jack tends to someone's hives, one of these random background characters that gets featured. Hurley tells Jack everyone is way too tense. Jack says we're surviving, and my main concern is keeping everyone alive. Sayid keeps hearing, where is Alex? Sayid says, who are you? I don't know what you are talking about. Sayid says he doesn't know any Alex. And then this person is like electrocuting Sayid, or shocking him. And then we have, of course, a Sayid flashback to when he was torturing someone implicated in a bombing. Sayid's told he's been put in for a re-sign to our intelligence division. And Sayid said he's willing to make that sacrifice. Then we have John Locke and Ethan have went hunting at night. So Ethan, on their random background character, is being used. But we will see Ethan more than just this episode. Hurley says he'll take a look at the stuff they found to see if there's anything useful. Walt asks Locke to go hunt with him for a little bit. Michael yells at Walt and tells him to get back to bed. Hurley finds something and says, whoa, dude. Sayid tells the woman he keeps telling her So we find out that based on like the appearance, and it's kind of in the shadow, but a woman is the one shocking Saeed, and he doesn't know who Alex is. He tells her about the plane crash, the transmission with the French woman, and this is actually the French woman that's the one that was doing that transmission. She's the one that's shocking him. Saeed says you, and the French woman says, I know what you are. So what she thinks Saeed is a completely different thing that you'll come to find out about Lost for the first couple seasons. So Saeed reads Rousseau off a jacket, and the French woman asks, how did you know my name? And Saeed says it's on a jacket. And then Saeed asks, what is this place? And then the French woman, Rousseau, knows his name because it's on an envelope, and she asks who the woman is in the photographs. And Saeed says it's Nadia. Her name is Nadia. And then Saeed is sent to interrogate / torture Nadia in the flashback. When Saeed was in school, Nadia used to pick on Saeed so he'd notice her. I didn't remember this detail, but now I don't know everything about the show offhand. That's why I'm rewatching it. Saeed says, tell me what you know about the bombing in the flashback. And Nadia says, go on, Saeed, do your work. I'm not going to tell you anything. And Saeed says he's going to torture her, and Nadia says, I know. The French woman, Rousseau, asks Saeed about the bullet wound. He tells her he was a soldier. Walt tells Michael he's bored. Jack's going to ask Hurley something, and he says he's busy. Saeed tells the French woman, Rousseau, Nadia wasn't on the plane. She's dead because of me. The French woman says she's so sorry. Charlie tells Jack Hurley's all worked up about something. And then Hurley welcomes everyone to the first and hopefully last Island Open. 2 holes for now, 3 par, golf on the island. Dudes, listen, our lives suck, Hurley says. We need some relief. We need some fun. Otherwise, we'll just wait for the next bad thing to happen. The French woman injects Saeed with something. It's a sedative. And then the annoying background character with the hives comes by and sees that they're playing golf. And then he's like, can I play? Saeed wakes up. The French woman has given him a sedative and moved him so he can fix her music box. He wants to know her first name, and her first name is Danielle. So this French woman's name is Danielle Rousseau. And, of course, she's been on the island for at least 16 years, maybe longer. And Rousseau tells Saeed about the others, the Black Rock, different things in Lost. She says to Saeed that you think I'm insane. And Saeed says, I think you've been alone for too long. Boone says you're never going to believe this to Shannon. He says Jack is golfing. Shannon wants to come. Kate wants to come. She tells Sawyer to make an effort not to be an outcast. And Sawyer says, duly noted. Rousseau tells Saeed he has to stay as they hear something coming from the outside. And they're in like a little... They're like in the ground in like a bunker type thing. But it's like a cage in the ground. That's the easiest way I can explain it. And then we go back to the Saeed flashback. He's told to execute Nadia. So they've had her for a while. She's not giving them any information about the bombing. So his commanding officer says, let's get rid of her as my nose is itching. He's told to shoot her by his commanding officer, or he will shoot her himself. Saeed escaped his change, back to real time, and grabs some of Rousseau's maps and her rifle, one of her many rifles. Saeed has gotten behind Danielle and Rousseau, and he tells her to put the gun down. She points her gun at Saeed. Back to the Saeed flashback. Saeed is letting Nadia go. He can't come with her. She can't come with him. Or he can't come with her, I think I meant to put. And then Saeed's commanding officer comes and sees him with Nadia. And Saeed, without hesitation, shoots his commanding officer. And then he shoots himself in like the groin-ish area. and tells Nadia to take the gun and go. And then the firing pin is missing out of the rifle that Sayid grabbed in current time when he was potentially going to shoot Danielle Russo. She can't let Sayid go because she needs someone to talk to and touch. Sayid tells Russo what the letter says. Sayid tells Russo to come with him. You don't have to be alone. And then Danielle Russo tells Sayid to watch his people closely. Sayid asks, who is Alex? Because through the episode, he keeps asking her who this Alex person is, and she doesn't actually answer the question, even though she kept asking, where is Alex? And Alex was her child, she says. Sawyer has shown up at the Island Open, and Walt has went to see Locke. He wants him to teach him to throw knives. Sayid hears some whispering while he's trying to get back to the group, and that's what ends this episode of Lost. So pretty good episode. Like it a lot. I'm going to rate the episode an 8.7 out of 10. And then the characters of the episode, obviously Sayid, he's the main focal point. They follow him on the island and the flashback before the island. And then, of course, the female character of the episode, for once, isn't Kate. You have to hand it to Danielle Russo, the French woman. So they get my characters of the episode. So you've heard everything that I had to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Lost and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button and know that I cover a lot of stuff on this channel, not just Lost content. So the easiest way to find out what I cover is to go to my playlists. I cover The Walking Dead, I cover Dexter, I cover UFC live fight reactions, prediction videos, Big Bang Theory, Shameless, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, The Last of Us, Lucifer, a whole lot of stuff, and I'm sure there's something else that you like. Share this video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Lost. You can interact with me, and you can interact with the legendary Crazy Coffee Man, who is at the time of this video watching Lost for the very first time. Please, no spoilers. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to, well, I should let you know, make sure you let us know your score of the episode and whom your characters of the episode are, male and female, or if you just want to do one. I mean, obviously, it's Sayid. Although Hurley, with organizing the Island Open, maybe. But anyway, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, share your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.